Hello everyone. So in the last part we saw different quantities such as the rate of linear deformation, rate of angular deformation, rate of shear deformation and rotation. Alright. So today in this class we are going to see two special cases. First is the pure rotation and second is the irrotational motion. So these are two special cases of fluid motions. So first we'll look at this pure rotation. So let us assume that if we have a flow, a two-dimensional flow in which we have a flow two-dimensional flow. So x and y flow takes place on the x and y plane. U is a function of x and y. V is also a function of x and y both, but there is one criteria, there is one condition. If that condition it is following, then that becomes a special case. So the condition is del v by del x is equal to minus of del u by del y. So this is the condition. Okay, now what happens because of this condition? Okay, what happens? So let's say I will write it here. Condition is del v by del x equal to minus of del u by del y. Okay, so we have a fluid element here. Okay. Now, what is the case? Del v by del x, the gradient of vertical velocity with respect to x is equal to the gradient of horizontal velocity with respect to y with a negative sign. Okay, so if you start from this assumption that this is your face AB, and if you say that alright, this is is tilting in this way, suppose, so it is suppose B dash. Okay, and we know that this distance would be how much that we saw in the last lecture. It will be del v by del x into delta x. Since this deflection would be because of what? This velocity would be v. So this velocity at point B would be v plus del v by del x over delta x. Since this AB is delta x and AB CD and this D is delta y, AD is delta y, AB is delta x. Okay, so this deflection would be, this extra displacement in vertical direction would be del v by del x into delta x. And similarly we would have suppose this displacement. Okay, now see, del v by del x I am taking positive to start with. To start the analysis, I assume that del v by del x is positive. What is the meaning of that? The gradient of velocity v, vertical velocity along the x is positive. It means that velocity, the vertical velocity of consecutive points along this segment is increasing. That's why this element moved like this, because velocity at this point is greater than a, velocity at again this point is greater than velocity at a. So velocity at b, vertical velocity at b is greater than vertical velocity at a. Okay, that is the meaning of del v by del x is greater. It's a positive gradient. Okay, the velocities are increasing. That's why this AB has gone like this. Alright, so this segment AB will tilt in this way. B will go above. Okay. Had this gradient been negative, if I assume that del v by del x is negative, okay, so what will happen? B, vertical velocity of B will go on decreasing. So this element will tilt like this. Now I am assuming that it is going up. Del v by del x is positive. But what is the criteria now? Del v by del x should be negative of del u by del y. That means this del u by del y should be minus. So minus means what will happen? Let's see what will happen. Okay, this is the segment AD. Okay, so the horizontal velocity, the gradient of horizontal velocity with respect to y component should be negative. So we have seen last time that this extra displacement, this displacement is how much? It is del u by del y into delta y. Okay. But see, why this segment AD has gone like this? What is the reason for that? Okay, the reason is the horizontal velocity is changing with respect to y, but it is decreasing. Why it is decreasing? Because we assume that del v by del x is positive. Okay, so then if del v by del x is positive, what condition the flow has to satisfy? That del u by del y should be negative. So del v by del y, since it is negative, it is going, is tilting like this, because the horizontal velocity at d is less than the horizontal velocity at a. Because if it is u, then this will go on decreasing. Del u by del x, sorry, del u by del y will be a negative gradient. So it will go on decreasing. So that's why AD will tilt like this as it moves through the translation. Okay, so that's why we get alpha and beta like this. Okay, so both we get in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Both alpha and beta we are getting in the anti-clockwise direction. Now, since the gradients are equal, the angles are also same. Alpha is equal to beta. Okay. Again, alpha and beta are same. And this, in this case, what happens if you find out the rate of angular deformation, gamma of x1? What will be that? It is del v by del x plus del u by del y. But del v by del x is minus of del u by del y. Therefore, it will be 0. Okay. So there is no shear deformation in this case. And what will be the rotation? Rotation would be, rotation is given by half del v by del x minus del u by del y. But del v by del x is minus del u by del y. So we are getting half into twice del u by, twice del v by del x. So it is nothing but del v by del x. Okay, or again minus of del u by del y. So this case is a case of a pure rotation. This is a case of solid body rotation. It is also called as solid body rotation. Alright. So this is a special case. For what is the criteria for this case? Del p by del x should be equal to minus of del u by del y. Then you will get a pure rotation. This element of fluid will only go on rotating. It will not undergo any shear deformation while it is moving. Okay, and angles will be in the same direction. Okay, so this is one special case. The second case is irrotational motion. Okay, now here again in a two-dimensional fluid, we have an element like this. Okay, A B C D. All right, the angle is 90 degrees. So, what is the criteria for irrotational motion? This is also a special case. So, if we have del v by del x, del v by del x is equal to del u by del y. If we have this case condition, then what will happen? Now, see again. Now, I am assuming that it is like this: del v by del x. Okay. So del v by del x I am assuming positive, as in the last case we have done. So this extra distance is how much? We have seen that it is. This distance is how much? Del v by del x into delta x. Why we have seen that? Now this AB has shifted to AB dash. Okay, this segment has gone up like this because del V by del X is there. Okay, it is positive, fine. But what about this segment AD? It can go like this also, it can go like this also. Right or left? Clockwise, anti-clockwise, both ways it can go. So which way it will go? In this case, see, in this case, del V by del X should be equal to del U by del Y. So it will go in this way, D dash. Why it is going like this? Because, see, this extra distance is how much? Again, del U by del Y into delta Y. Okay, this extra distance. Now see, this del V by del X we assume positive, so V velocity should go on increasing. That's why B went up than A. Okay, but here D is also the gradient of U with respect to Y is also positive. Okay, it is not negative. So the U, the horizontal velocity component, that is U component at D should be greater than U component at A. That's why D will move ahead, A will stay behind. Okay, that's why it is rotating clockwise. Okay, so this is your beta. This is your alpha. Okay, so you are getting something like this. Okay, okay, so in this way, the fluid element will just go on deforming. Okay, this is a pure case of irrotational motion. How? See, if you calculate the rate of rate of shear deformation, it would be gamma of xy. That will be del v by del x plus del u by del y. So both of these quantities are same. That's why you will get twice del v by del x or twice del u by del y. Okay. This is the value of gamma x1. But what about the rotation? Rotation of omega z, it will be, rotation would be equal to, rotation is what? Half del v by del x minus del u by del y. But these quantities are equal with the same sign, so this will be 0. So this is a case of irrotational motion. So for irrotational motion, we have this criteria and we will get rotation as 0. So these two are the special cases. Okay. So first case we saw that the element will only rotate in a purely rotational motion without any shear deformation. So there is no shear deformation here. And in the second case, we saw an irrotational motion where we have shear deformation and angles are equal, alpha will be equal to beta, okay, but there will be no rotation. So these are the two special cases.